Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So glad to see you and hope everybody's been doing all right and getting along out there. Don't look like we got anybody in here right now, but we'll have some people pop up. Um Tonight we're basically we're going to have somebody back that I was really excited to have back, somebody that was, super excited to have on the show before, and somebody who was is our first third timer. So we have our very first three timer tonight. So pretty stoked about that. So I want to go ahead and bring up our, let's see, we got Possum Smiles. How you doing, my friend? Good seeing you. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bring up Miss Rachelle. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So how you been up? You just, I mean, how things been going?
Pretty good. I started school,
Yeah,
so it's been stressful and I hate it. So there's that.
I got you. I got you. A lot of walking, huh? I'm sure.
Luckily no.
No? Okay.
They have like designated handicap spots like right next to like the entrance of the school. So I just use that and then I walk in and use the elevator to go down to my class. Um, so it's fairly simple. It's just a long drive for me. Like I live almost an hour away and I drive there every Tuesday and Thursday. So
Okay.
yeah, it's not fun, but
Well, yeah.
oh well.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. I get you. Well, for those that don't know, Miss Rochelle here is a double amputee. You are a, let's see, below knee on the right side
Yep,
and above on the left.
yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I couldn't remember. And that was due to a car accident. I normally say I don't tell people stories, that kind of thing, but we've already told your story. So we've already
Yeah.
kind of been through it a little bit, So that's what I tell everybody. I was like, just go back and watch the her first episode and it'll kind of give you more idea of who she is and, that kind of stuff. Have you had any updates or anything like that? Any upgrades or anything new
Um,
components?
I haven't had anything new component wise, mainly because my insurance doesn't really cover much right now.
Oh, I got
Um, the only thing I'm dealing with is a really big like sore, like a callus on my left leg, to where it'll just bust open and start bleeding. And I know it's probably due to an improper fit because my prosthetic is big, and I'm also not one to keep piling socks on because I just uncomfortable and I don't like to do that. So
I
it's
was
my own
yeah,
doing.
I was wondering about that.
But yeah, so that kind of sucks because like I haven't been able to like walk properly. Like I used to be a very smooth walker, like you could barely tell I had prosthetics. But now it's like I limp all the time, which is now causing me to have back pain. So I've been having to put like a heating pad on my back for like the last 3, 4 days. Um, I really need to get it checked though. So, but I
Yeah,
don't.
man, getting that alignment is key. I mean, especially I
Yeah,
couldn't imagine having to adjust both and having them, having to be equal. It's rough enough having to do it with one leg. I couldn't imagine doing it with two.
yeah,
I mean, because then you start adding spacers and all that stuff, the little plastic spacers and all that stuff that gets in there. And yeah,
yeah.
that's a total nightmare when you get into that stuff. Have
It
you ever
definitely
tried?
hasn't been fun.
No. Have you ever tried working on your own leg before, like adjusting anything yourself or?
No, they get mad at me when I do.
Really? Okay.
Like a while back, my fiance tried to adjust my foot because my foot was kind of like sideways, so he wanted to straighten it out for me. And so we went to my appointment and told my prosthetist that we did that, and she literally told me not to touch my leg and that if I need any adjustment to come to her. So I haven't adjusted it yet, but I also don't have her as a prosthetist anymore. I have someone new. So
Okay.
I think he would be more okay with it because he's known me for 8 years. So
Yeah. See, mine, they want you to kind of get used to it a little
yeah,
bit and, make adjustments on the fly. Cause say, whatever, well, we won't say what state you're in, but say you're wherever and you're in Florida, that's a long way from your prosthetist. You can't, and you're not with like a hanger or something like that where they're nationwide. You can go to them all over the place.
yeah.
So, I mean, they want you to be able to, fix stuff on the fly and, make little minor adjustments and that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, I feel like I could do it if I actually wanted to. Like I have all the Allen wrenches and everything to fix it,
mm,
but I don't want them to be mad at me. No, I
yeah,
don't want to fix it wrong.
right. I got you. um, I want to take just a second to say hello to people. We got some folks starting to come in now. So let me see. Possum Smiles, good seeing you. HGT Dana, how you doing, dear? Let's see. Jeff Bice, my man. Red Eyed Patriot, good seeing you as always, brother. Little feller, how you doing, man? Cowboy, good seeing you, my friend. CTG, Nitro Freak, what's up, brother? See, scrolling down, scrolling down. Right on. Um, well, good deal. I mean, Southern Nat, how's life been going? Just, I mean, you know, day to day, same old thing.
Yeah, same old thing. I had to take my daughter to surgery yesterday, so I was at the hospital all day.
Oh wow.
Um, so that was an experience because last time I was there was when she was born, and I was walking around in a not walking around, but I was in my wheelchair the
Mm-hmm.
whole time. So this time I went, I was actually able to walk around, which was nice. There's a lot of walking though because it's one of the biggest hospitals in my state. So it was a lot of walking. But
Oh,
it
Miss
was
Crystal,
nice.
I'm so sorry, Miss Crystal. It's so pleasure to see you, my dear. I'm so sorry I skipped you. I apologize. I didn't see you. I just got scolded. I'm so sorry. So I mean, so you all day long you've been just like walking around the hospital. That's I could not imagine that. You ain't had your canes or anything like that with you? Nothing.
I had my daughter's stroller that we took her up in, and then
Yeah.
that was it. So I held on to that, but it was still a lot of
Okay.
walking. My hip was hurting.
Well, yeah. No, I would
Like I'm
imagine.
gonna be so sore after this.
Yeah, especially man, if you're having alignment issues right now, then yeah, that's gonna be rough
Yeah,
no matter where you. I mean, just getting out of your car and walking into the gas station is gonna be like, oh, because
yeah,
everything, the bones and the pelvic muscle and I mean the whatever that's called the where your
yeah.
legs meet right there. It's sitting off to the side. It's supposed to be sitting
Hmm.
perfect where everything can kind of move inside there
Yeah,
and if something's like pushing down on one side of it, I mean, obviously what that's going to be like.
yeah. I know. I need to go get myself remeasured. I mean, I get a new leg every year,
Hmm.
so it's about that time. I got this leg last year in September, so it's been about 13 months with it. So
Okay.
it's about time for a new one, but like I said, with my insurance, they don't cover new legs until like every 5 years. So
I
um,
got you.
that's what I'm
I
dealing
got
with. But I don't want to pile socks on, so that's annoying.
the the socks, man. I mean, they do it. It's a band aid, is all it is. I mean, it's just kind of
Yeah,
gets you through until the next socket, really. Because I mean,
yeah,
it's going to continuously shrink no matter what. We all know that they're constantly going down. And the more and more socks you add, the less and less stability you're also adding to your leg. Because I mean, inside there, it's still sitting there, just kind of going like walling around inside there.
hmm,
It's nice and cushed and padded and everything, but it's still not stable. I mean, you can feel it
yeah,
kind of like every time you walk, kind of
yeah,
shifting back and forth, which
yeah.
also opens for like sores and stuff like that. Because my
Yeah, I can
God,
like
I
feel myself
couldn't.
like just banging down into it. Like every time I take a step, I can literally just feel it like smacking, and I'm like, that's uncomfortable, but I don't know.
Yeah, no. Crashing down, which you know what crashing is when your leg starts like smashing down in the bottom of your socket like that.
Yeah.
That's the absolute worst, and especially, I mean, you don't have to worry about it as much with the above knee. I mean, at least I don't as much because what I get is kind of up in like up in your area up there. It's kind of
Yeah.
you're sitting more on that, versus like the
Yeah.
actual stump. So that's where we run into a lot of problems with the upper. but below knee, everything was just like crashing down, just going straight
Really?
through all the way to the
I
bottom.
have more
And
issues with my above knee side. My below knee,
really,
I don't have any wood in my room. I fake wood, but knock on wood, I have never had a single issue with my below knee. I've had, well, that's a lie. I've had one issue, but it was just because it was up too high, and every time I bent my knee, it would cut me. And so I had like a gash like this big in the back of my knee,
oh damn,
that I thought was honestly going to require stitches, but it didn't. So they ended up cutting it down. But I have had a perfect fit on my below knee for the last 8 years, and I am super blessed that it worked out so well. My above knee, I'm abnormally long on that side for like a amputee. Like I have a longer limb than most amputees. Um,
they went
so
the
like
maximum.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm literally walking on like my femur,
yeah,
like
I
my
got you.
bone, because
Yeah.
that's like they cut my above knee off 2 inches above my actual knee. So like normally you're almost up to your thigh, but I'm only 2 inches above my knee because that's all they had to take. So
Oh,
I have a longer limb than most amputees do.
I see. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's a guy that I see at my prosthetist office quite often. He's a through knee, and like where they don't cut anything out. They basically take the kneecap and everything, and basically it's just articulated. It's taken apart, so there's no bone cut whatsoever. So basically, you're just kind of standing on that on the end right there,
Mhm.
and his knee is like way below where ours is. So his knee is set up kind of where like our shin would be.
Yeah.
And it's so odd like seeing how it works with because he walks fine, he does just fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's just odd seeing like this little like at the end of his leg just kind of just like kick out every
Yeah.
time he goes to walk because it's real quick, because there's no throw to it to follow through. So it's just kind of
Right.
whenever he walks. It's wild. But yeah, I mean, he was I think in Vietnam or something like that, and
Mhm.
over the years, like he'd been an amputee for a long, long, long time, and over the years, he had a bunch of issues and stuff to the point where, yeah, he just, I mean, he had to have his leg amputated and stuff. But so he's doing that. But yeah, I mean, it's wild seeing that little bitty. It's like a small little knee just at the bottom, kind of just doing its thing.
Yeah.
Um, I saw in your picture that you sent me, the one for our thumbnail. Do you got like a new wrap or something? Like, yeah, it looks like a copper kind of color, or maybe it was just the
Oh
lighting or
yeah, my
something.
my paint. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Paint.
Okay,
It's really damaged right now, so don't make fun of it.
yeah. I was
I'll
like,
see
did
if I
she
can.
wrap her legs? What am I looking at? Like the
Yeah.
vinyl wrap.
It's
That's what I
like
thought you had
a
done.
it's like a
That is
paint.
cool.
So like
Check
it
that
changes
out.
colors.
So it
It's like a
shifts.
goldish
It'll
red.
color
Yeah, it
shift.
shifts like depending on like the way you move it. I don't know.
I
It's weird.
see. That is badass. Okay.
They're both like that. I couldn't figure out how to flip my camera, but yeah, they're both like that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I can be painted
that's
up.
awesome. When you sent me that, I was like, "What am I looking at?" And my wife, she was like, "I think maybe she got how people do the vinyl wrap with like the heat, and they'll like wrap it around." I was
Hmm.
like, "Maybe that's what she got done." But yeah, I was like, "I'll ask
No, it's
her."
actually painted. That's airbrush. Like the guy like airbrushes it.
Yeah,
He
like they do cars and stuff.
yeah, he owns a paint business. So like he does like cop cars, fire trucks, ambulances. He'll do cars, motorcycles. They do the cranial caps for kids. So that they're partnered with my clinic that I go to, which is how I met him.
Okay,
And so he just does everything for free. Like you tell him what you want and he does them. So it's kind of nice. But this set, I
nice.
told him, I'm like, I don't care. So just do something different like I haven't done before. So that's what he did.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very very cool. Yes, I mean they didn't charge you for that. I wouldn't guess.
Nope.
Nice. That's even better.
Yeah.
Right on. I need to send him my leg. Be like, hey, just
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
I
I don't
keep
care if
telling
it's
him, like, I go to like all these Empower Fests and stuff. And I keep telling him, like, I need to bring you with me, I said, because you'd get so many people. But he wants to go into I forget what it's called. Hydro dipping, I think.
yeah, yeah. In the tanks of
Yeah.
water where they dip it.
Yeah. He wants to get into that and he wants to like dip my prosthetic. So he wants me to be like a tester for that. And so I'm like, well, I said, whenever you do it, I said, let me know and I'll send you my legs for you to
Yeah, do it.
practice
That'd be
on them.
awesome.
So I'm waiting for him to start that business up. But last time I talked to him, he said he wanted to start hydro dipping.
Very cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that, and like we was talking about the vinyl wrap. That's became like a huge thing now.
Hmm.
Like I mean, you can get your car back in a day. So
Yeah.
versus
I have my
whatever.
pylon on my, well, not pylon, but my pole on my prosthetic. I vinyl wrapped it black because they gave it to me in silver. And my below knee one is black, but my above knee one was silver. So I went out and bought vinyl wrap and wrapped it.
Oh, okay.
That was hard.
Yeah, I think the one I have now. Here, hold on. Yeah, the one I have now is the first silver one that I think I've ever had. Every one I've had up
Hmm.
until then has been like that black, like that.
Yeah.
So it's always been kind of that same, much like what you're talking
Hmm.
about. But
Yeah.
yeah, the one I have now is silver. It's the first silver one I've ever had. He brought it back in there to me, and he was just like, "Man, I know you like having your dark, black leg and all that stuff, but we don't have one that
Yeah.
fits this particular knee." So it's like, whatever, that's fine.
Right.
But
That's how
yeah,
they were with me. They're like, we have to use this one. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just go wrap it myself then.
yeah. I mean, that's an easy fix. That's no big deal.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I want to do like a different color next time they get because you can get colored pylons that have like they're blue, green, orange, purple, whatever,
No.
anodized, painted. Yeah, Bulldog makes them. But yeah, you can get them whatever color. I think they're powder coated, so they're really, really strong.
Yeah.
But what I've heard of a lot of people having issues with the powder coated pylons is they're having trouble getting them to go into the fitting right because the
Hmm.
powder coating makes it thicker. So they're
Yeah.
having to like basically measure up and then mark it and then go in with a grinder and like grind off some of the powder coating so they can actually get it to go up in there. They're like they look
Wow.
cool, but they're a pain in the ass to
Yeah.
install and a pain in the ass to maintain. So they're like the powder coating, it's super strong, but it actually kind of hinders the leg, as far as easy assembly. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I want to say hey to some few more people that popped in here. Let me see. Mr. Pigeon Mac, how you doing, my brother? Chance C, good seeing you, my friend. Pancake, pleasure as always. And Deckery, how you doing, brother? Sergeant E5, good seeing you, my brother. All right. Well, she just left us. She's gone
I'm
now.
back. Sorry, my daughter was knocking. My daughter was knocking on
Oh
my
yeah.
bedroom door. She's out there knocking, Mom. She's like, "I'll let you in." And then I opened the door and she was like, nowhere to be found. I'm like, where did she go?
Sergeant E5 says if I ever needed a needed a prosthetic leg, I want one that looks like a penis. That way I can make the gals do a double take.
Oh my God. That'd be funny.
Anyway, what you got there? You got a
My
co-host.
doggie.
Your doggy. Who is that?
Say hi. Her name's Zoe. Say hi.
Zoe.
Say hi.
Zoe could care less. She's like, "What's going on? What?"
She hates cameras.
Yeah,
Every
she's like,
time I
"I'm
go
out of
take a
here. I'm
picture
out of
of her,
here."
she's like, Mom, stop. She's my she used to be my emotional support dog.
Really?
Yeah, she's not anymore. Mainly because she has anxiety and hates, like, I can't say she hates people, but taking her out in public was not easy because she's very protective and she
I
would
got
like
you.
growl and bark at people. So I stopped taking her out places. But yeah, she used to be
Yeah.
registered as my emotional support pet.
Okay. Yeah, that and it's tough because people want to touch her and pet her and and all that stuff. It's like, oh
Mhm.
no, you can't,
Yeah. Right.
So now I guess at this point you probably can, have no issues with it.
I
Like
know.
it
I
not be
always
that
tell
big a
myself,
deal.
I'm like, I got a dog for my anxiety, and then my dog got anxiety. So, love that.
It just carried right on over.
Yeah,
Hey,
it did.
I didn't know. I read the other day somewhere that dogs can have panic attacks.
I believe that
I
100%.
I didn't know that was even a thing. That I mean, and the more and more I read into it and the way that their nervous system and stuff works, I was like, well, okay, yeah, I guess that does make more sense because it's a lot like humans, the way that they think and the way that their brain reacts to the fight or flight response.
Yeah,
And but I was blown away by that.
yeah, I believe that 100%. I could, like, I feel like my dog probably gets them because she doesn't like fireworks. She doesn't like thunder. Any, like, thing with a loud boom, which I don't know why, because, like, she's never been in a situation where, like, something happened to her that would cause her
Hmm.
to be scared of that. But if she hears fireworks, she'll hide behind my couch. I have to get my weighted blanket out and put it on top of her every night there's a thunderstorm because she'll literally just like hide under my bed for like
Okay.
hours until it's over and she'll shake and yeah, she just gets terrified and I don't know why that is because like she's never been in a situation to where like loud noises like that should scare her. So I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah,
Weird.
she has what is it called? Quick triggered response where like, this slight like
Mhm.
fast thing that will like, send her into a complete
Yeah.
meltdown, it sounds.
Mhm.
Which yeah. You see that a lot with like vets and stuff like that, they're not big. Don't ever sneak up on a vet.
Yeah.
Like whatever you do, never ever ever sneak up on a veteran. You will get punched right in the chest or the face like almost instantly.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I learned that when I was a kid. I got laid out by my uncle, and then he was just like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Dude. My aunt was just like, "Yeah, oh my god, it's like you can't do that." He turned around, and was just like, "Oh, bam!" And just like, I mean, right in the. I was like 12 years old, and he just like, oh my god, it was just like that
Oh,
emotion or that response.
yeah.
And yeah, and my mom had to break it down a little bit to me. It's like, what happened, and she was just like, well, and then explained how it works and everything. And I was just like,
Hmm.
okay, well, she's like, don't ever sneak up on your uncle. I was like,
Yeah. Like, but you learned your lesson, didn't you?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, but he came over, was like hugging me. He's like, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that. I was like, it's all right, it's okay. He's like, please don't ever do that again. And I was just like,
Lay
I
me
felt so
out.
bad though. I mean, even as a little kid, I felt so bad. I was just like, damn.
That's
But I
funny.
mean, you don't know. You don't know how it works. It's all new to you at that age. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So,
think
but
so. We went trick or treating this weekend, right?
really,
And I was wearing, yeah, my fiance's uncle had trick or treat up at their campground that they live at. And I was wearing shorts because it was like 70 degrees, not 50 like it is today. And this kid looks at me and he's like, "Are those legs costume legs?" That was a first for me. And
absolutely they are.
I was like, no, they're my actual legs, but that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? He's like, oh. I was like, I've never heard that one. Like that was I guess just be myself for Halloween and people think it's fake. I don't know.
Yeah. Uh, I mean,
It was
that's a
so cute.
pretty good trick. I'll say that. You got some awesome green screen action going on. It's a hologram, I guess.
Yeah, right. You wanna say hi?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Tyler. That's not Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm like that. Yeah.
Can you say MOL? Yeah. How you doing? I hear you.
She's like, how you doing?
She's like, okay, I don't know what to do now. What do you mean to do?
Her dad just called her. I know she wanted in here, so I opened the door because I heard her knocking.
So,
I don't care.
well, all right, we have a co-host now, I guess. Oh,
Well, now she left. Well,
well,
that's fine.
all right,
Whatever.
well, fine then.
Didn't want you over here anyway. She's something.
That's awesome. That's what I was saying before. I was like, that's what tonight is. We're just hanging out, you know. I mean, it's more of a laid back kind of thing, really. We're kind of we've already did our interview. It's like you're our third time, man. So our first third timer. How cool is that?
I don't have anything better to do besides take care of this little one. That's about all I do with my life.
Well, all right. You were talking about
And go
before
to
starting a
school.
podcast. So
Listen, I put that stuff on my Christmas list, so it is still happening. I just
nice.
hopefully get it for Christmas because
All
saves me
right.
money. But if not, then I'll start one.
Yep.
Hopefully soon.
Well, I want to be your first guest when you do.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Gotta.
Absolutely.
I plan on moving. We're supposed to be moving next year, so it'll be a lot better because I can actually have like a little office area that I'll be able to do it in. Like right now, I don't really know where I would do it out of. Like I don't have a basement. I don't have a spare bedroom, so
yeah.
like right now I'm sitting on my bedroom floor.
I mean, hey, that's what I'm sitting in my bedroom right now, so that's where I'm at. You know, I'm just kind of off in the little corner over here.
Right.
But I mean, it works like it is. You know, it just is what it is. So
yeah, like when I get the room, it'll be better. But yeah, I definitely want to start one.
we
I
had a
enjoy it.
question here just a second ago. Cowboy, aka the one. How you doing, brother? He was asking, Rachelle, did you get your left leg to fit right? Remember we were talking about that before in the first interview. We were kind of hitting on that just earlier. I think it was before it got here. You were saying that you're having to like really pat it wearing
Yeah,
a ton of
yeah,
socks
no,
right
yeah, I
now.
did not get it to fit right. They did adjust like the back part that was cutting me, but that's it. I haven't gone back to get the fitment adjusted.
Yeah,
So yes and no, technically. I
I
got it
got
fixed,
you.
but then like another issue came. So
Yeah, I
unfortunately,
mean, there's only so much cutting on it they can do, you know,
yeah.
before it's just
Well,
like, all
I
right,
don't
well now it's
like how
useless.
it like just shoves up there. Like that's uncomfortable. Like as a woman, like I have to sit down to use the bathroom. I mean, I know men do too, but like to do
Yeah.
both of them, I have to sit down on the toilet. So it's like it's hard when it's like shoved up and like I don't know. That's what I must say. You need to cut that because I'll probably pee on it. He said, "Okay."
I mean, you're gonna be blunt and put it like that, then all right, then hey, whatever.
Yeah, I did. So they cut it, and I was like, "Okay." I said that feels a little bit better. I said, but now it's too sharp. I said, so we're gonna have to cut it some more, file it down.
Yeah.
And so they did.
I would,
But
man, I would love to see you have one of the sockets like I have for the above knee, the Veros 2. It's a socketless socket.
I was just about to say, is that the Socketless socket?
Yeah,
I
man,
thought about that. But
it's
doesn't that one have like the adjustment on it?
yeah, yeah.
See,
It's
I
got
like
the
to wear
the.
like jeans and like I don't want that poking out.
Oh, it doesn't.
I
It's
don't
flat.
know.
It's real
Is
flat. If
it?
you go back and look on my channel, like there's a video of me actually building the leg that I have now. And
Okay.
like with all the components that you see, I literally take it
Yeah.
apart and clean everything and rebuild it. And you see exactly what the socket is and stuff. And there's
I'll have to look at
videos
that. 'Cause I
about it.
actually did think about that one. I've seen it pop up on my Facebook a lot when I'm scrolling,
Hmm.
and I've seen it. I'm like, huh, like, that's kind of cool.
What's really wild about it is the fact that Like, like,
Mommy. Yeah, it is mommy.
what are you doing?
Mommy.
All right, and we're out. But what I was saying is with the socketless sockets, like if you have, it's kind of gross to put on somebody else's liner, so I wouldn't really recommend that. But if you had one of the
Right.
liners with the magnet on the end of it, like I have,
Hmm.
I could literally take my leg off and you could try on my leg. Like, I mean, you know how people is like, "Hey, can I try on your leg?" Well, it's fit for me. Not these. They're not like it's a kit that you build and it comes out of the box. Like you could literally try it on.
Does it like hold on pretty good? Because like I'm always scared like with my like how much my volume shifts, like it would just like fall off. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it holds really, really, really good. They're amazing. Like
I
don't
really did
really
think
ever
about
see
it.
me having another socket.
Really?
Yeah.
I did think about that. It's been something I want to bring up, but I don't get on my fiance's insurance until we get married next year. So right
Mhm.
now I can't get any, like, I have a freaking bad knee still. I don't know if I told you that last time we were on here,
You did. Yeah.
but it's still obviously not working and it won't even charge. Like, and if it does charge, it only holds a charge for maybe a day. Like, it's supposed to hold a charge for 3, and it only holds a charge for a day now because it won't connect anymore to the charger because it's just dying. So I can't get a new knee because of my insurance. I can't get a new socket because of my insurance. The only thing I can do is like adjustments, like tightening it or whatever. But like I can't actually physically get a new one made
Yeah.
until next year when I'm on my
We
fiance's
talked about
insurance.
that before. On your very first time on the show, we were talking
Yeah.
about the Amputee Coalition of America and how
Mhm.
they're kind of like an advocacy group for people like like what you're saying,
Yeah.
or cases
I
like
did
what
reach
you're
out to
saying.
them. I just haven't heard anything back from them.
You did? Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'm waiting to hear back.
Okay. Yeah, they're I mean, they're really, really busy. You gotta consider there's veterans and all the vets will immediately go to the front of the line. That's just kinda I get it,
Yeah, that's the police officers. Yeah.
Yeah, all that. They kinda go to the front of the
Mhm.
line as far as cases go for them, and
Yeah.
the fact that it is kind of a it's a an advocacy group, but it's also a charitable organization.
Right.
So they do help people with financial aid and that kind of stuff as well, but that's only certain cases. But their main
Yeah.
focus is to kind of help people like yourself, like where again, like I said before, they say the shit that you don't really want to say, or sorry, the
Mhm.
stuff that you don't want to say, and
Yeah.
so yeah, again, but yeah, if you've already got a call out to them, then that's awesome because they'll definitely help you, or at least get in touch with your people and make it right.
I'm hoping.
So yeah,
'Cause
they
I need a
will.
new one. I
Yeah.
feel like a year is a long time to go when you don't have a working knee. And then I thought about just upgrading it. Like when the time comes, I really want the new version of my, like I have the C like 3 and I want the C like 4.
Okay.
And I'm due for an upgrade because I've had the same knee for 6 years. So
Yeah.
I want, instead of just like fixing the battery on this one, I want like a completely new one.
Does it still connect
But
to the
I'm
app and
qualified for
everything?
it. Yeah, yeah, it's still connected to the app. So I would just probably have like a new code maybe for it, but it would
Okay.
still be an auto box. So
I got you. Yeah, I had somebody in one of the chats the other day that I was in say, it's like, oh, it's MOL has a Bluetooth leg, ha ha ha. And I was like, I do. Like, we really do have a Bluetooth leg. Like,
yeah,
we have an app that works our leg and can adjust it on the fly, and
yeah.
that was a joke. They were just messing around, but yeah, there was like a leg that isn't there. It's like your Bluetooth leg.
I know when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, I can you change the mode of my leg through my phone. They're like, no, you can't. And I'm like, yes, I can. And like I'll pull up my phone and show them. They're like, oh my God, that is so cool.
I want to do a video of that. I never thought about doing that where it actually shows, how that works before. I mean, there's a ton of video. You can just go to the Autobach website and there's plenty of demonstrations on it.
Yeah,
So
I feel like there is, but at the same time, like I don't feel like they show them in depth because like I've looked at some of the videos that Autobac has on there, and I'm like, these aren't that good. Like
pretty cut and dry.
I'm like I could film myself better than these videos. Like a 2-minute video showing you everything. I'm like the apps does way more than that. I mean, I haven't discovered all of the app yet,
Well, then
but
me and
well,
you'll do that. We'll collaborate. You and I can, we can together show people how that works. That'd be kind of cool.
yeah, because I
So
like it, and I have to get my speed adjusted because like, but I can't do that. I think they have to do that for me on their computer, but I feel like my knee speed is too slow.
yeah,
Like I can walk faster than what my knee's bending at, kind of thing,
I gotcha.
and I don't remember what it was at. I
Let's
was
see.
close to being at the top speed.
Cowboy has another question here. Hold on. Let's see here. Hey, Corliss, what's up, buddy? And Chad, how you doing, brother? So Rochelle, what is the manufacturer life of the leg? If it is past the span of the insurance, doesn't have a choice to replace it. I mean,
Yeah, that's actually why they didn't. So
yeah.
what my prosthetist failed to tell me was that my insurance on my knee expired in I think February. Maybe. I
Oh
think they said
wow.
February it expired, but I didn't know that. No one told me. And so yeah, I was past the warranty on it, which is why I can't get a new one. And the fact that my insurance just doesn't support it right now. But yeah, I was past the warranty deadline, I guess. My 6 years was in February with it, which I guess kind of makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, that's why.
Man.
Because they didn't tell me. I'm like, well, if they would have told me that, I mean, granted, my knee wasn't going out in February,
Yeah.
so there would have been probably no reason to tell me that.
It's been
But
an
now it's
uphill
going out.
battle with them, hadn't it?
Someday I'll have a good story to tell you about my legs working properly. But until
Right.
then, here we
Till
are.
then, here we are. Wow, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems to be a lot like we have good days and bad days. It's just like,
Mm,
man, I had a day of like everything. Hey, tattooed teardrop, how you doing, brother? Where everything went great today. Everything, went smooth. I didn't have any pain, and I was walking just fine. And the next day, it feels like you're literally walking on bone. Like just
yeah,
directly onto the end of your stump or something. It's crazy how it works. But the body
yeah,
fluctuates,
and like
I think also.
where I'm from, we don't have a consecutive temperature. So I'm from up north, and
Mm.
we get every season. We get rain, hail, tornadoes, sometimes hurricanes when they come up from frickin' Florida. Everything. And so like Saturday it was like 78, 80 degrees and beautiful. And today it was freezing rain and 47. So, my leg was like expanding and hurting all day, all week from the
A little
weather.
contracting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
that.
it's starting to get like that here a little bit, but again,
Hmm.
luckily with the socketless socket, it's fully adjustable. So yeah, I couldn't imagine right now having to deal with socks and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
that yeah, that would be an
And
absolute
I,
nightmare,
and that's
especially
why
this
I
time of
think
year.
that that socketless socket will be the best bet for me just because like I do lose volume quite a lot. Like there's some days I'll wake up and I'm super like swollen to where I can't get my leg on, or there's some points I wake up and my leg's too big or too small, and
Okay.
I'm like, man, that sucks. like it's falling off of me, but then like yesterday it was too big and I couldn't get in it. So that's why I feel like I just fluctuate. And I work out a lot too, so like my weight fluctuates as well. So like I'll go from like 115 to like 120 back down to 115. So it's like I'm constantly fluctuating my weight as well. So
Right. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it's that part sucks. I've always hated that as far as the weight fluctuation and stuff because
yeah,
I mean your limb basically stays exactly the same as well. As far as like it's the amount of skin and everything's still there.
yeah. And that's where my biggest issue comes from. Is just the weight fluctuation. Like my prosthetist is like when I got pregnant with her, they told me they were gonna save my old leg because they're like just in case you swell up, we want you to be able to get your leg on. But luckily for me, I never swelled up during my pregnancy, like at all. So the only thing that swelled, I think, was my face.
I gotcha.
But other than that, like nothing on me ever swelled, which is kind of nice. 'Cause I was so scared I wasn't gonna be able to get my leg on. But like I feel like having a socket like that, it wouldn't have mattered, you know? Like I would have been able to adjust it anyway.
Yeah. Hey, I think real quick, we got a birthday in the house. Let me see here.
Ooh,
Tattooed tattoo. Happy birthday, my brother. Hit the big
happy
5-0. Oh my
birthday!
goodness. It's like I'm out of here, but I'll be back. Don't you worry.
Go party it up.
That's awesome, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, right on. Well, does anybody in the chat have any questions for either Rochelle or myself or just hey, because like I said, this is more of a laid back kind of we're just having fun, chilling tonight, because that's kind of what I wanted it to be is just check in on Rochelle, see how she's doing. So, but yeah, if anybody else has any questions or anything like that, then by all means, shoot them at us, and we'll, hey, we'll answer whatever you got. I'm sure there's somebody has something, Maybe if not, then hey, whatever. But well, right on. Have you heard about any new, like upcoming events or anything like that? Like for us one leggers or us amputees?
Um,
I haven't really.
no.
Yeah, normally
Mm,
this time you start seeing like all kind of pop-ups for different things, but I
yeah,
mean,
I haven't. I haven't really seen anything. I don't. I feel like everyone thing normally happens in like the summer. Like I don't really know if there's any big get-togethers like in the fall slash winter.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of like trade shows and stuff like that kind of but those are more for like prosthetists and not really like we could
Yeah,
go to those kind of things no problem, but it really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense because it's like, well, we're not dealers,
yeah,
we don't buy and sell these products. We just wear them.
exactly.
So. But yeah, there's a lot of
I
trade
just put them
shows and
on and
stuff.
walk. I don't have.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I'm
about
not
all I
interested in
do.
selling you one. But
Right.
I mean, if so, then hey, we'd be rolling in the dough because I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
you can only imagine what commission on that would be. Just,
I'm
I
sure
mean,
it's a lot.
pick anything. Hell, a pylon just of itself is like $180, something like that.
So dumb. You can probably go build it on a freaking hardware store.
It's a titanium pipe. That's all it is. It's just a
Literally.
tube,
Menards and Lowe's and Home Depot. If you have any of those near you, you can probably build a prosthetic.
Just carve it out of wood like they used to do back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do it old school style. Well,
Yeah,
right on.
I got stopped the other day when I was going out to eat with my friend. I think it was like last month. I went to Olive Garden because she needed to vent, so I let her vent, and so we went to Olive Garden to eat. And I was walking in to get my table, and this guy stops me and was talking about my legs and how cool they were. So I had to go into my whole backstory with him. And then he was telling me how his dad, I think, is an amputee. Like on his, I think he said his right leg. I was like, that's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're so
Um.
nice though. Like they were the nicest people. Like they weren't like awkward about it. Like normally people just stare at me and they don't ask questions, but like they actually like looked at me and then asked questions,
Yeah.
which
I've
is
had
nice.
like like let's see, Cowboy, aka the one right here. He actually had a question, but he builds a lot of stuff like for his brother-in-law. Like he's an actual engineer and he's makes prosthetic parts for his brother-in-law. And yeah, some of the stuff he's told me about is like that's incredible. I'm dying to see pictures of it and everything.
What is it? Air later fit. What's that?
The air bladder.
Yeah.
I'm not certain. I'm guessing like maybe like the air, like the ball suspension on the ankle. Like mine has that. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know if it is. I don't know. Couldn't tell
So
you, honestly. Unfortunately.
what? Yeah. What do you mean, cowboy? Explain a little bit further
Yeah.
because we're trying to figure out what you is what you. Because we'll gladly answer. We're just not sure what it is you're talking about. Maybe it's the like because I've seen the legs that like have like they pump up like uh, uh, a heart monitor cuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You know, like it'll have like actual bladders inside there, and you stick your leg in there, and and it like
yeah. Oh,
compresses. That may be what he's talking about.
yeah.
But yeah, I've seen that as
It
well.
might
But
be. I feel like I have that before because like I have like a little air compressor thing in my like I have an old leg bin drawer in my house. I don't know why, but I do. So like all the equipment that I got with one of my old legs um is in a box in my closet. And I had like one of
yeah,
those little things in it, but I can't remember what it went to. It was just in that box. So I'm assuming maybe, I don't know. Maybe my
yeah,
very first leg had one in there.
I got you. Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about now. I actually have one of these here at my house. It's the round cuff that goes around it. It's almost like a blood pressure monitor, but what it does is it helps kind of shrink your limb for you a little bit as well. For me, what it helps with is blood flow.
And yeah, I don't know. It might be adaptable. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'll have to ask. That's nice.
Well, I think he means like for your like when you're just at home hanging out or like chilling or something, have one of those kind of to kind of
Yeah.
keep blood flow going and massage the leg a little bit, that kind of thing. So
Yeah, I'll
yeah,
have to look into that.
those things are really really cool.
Hmm.
But pretty sure that's what he's talking about.
Hmm.
Well, all
I'll have to
right.
look
Well,
into
I
that.
guess if nobody else has any questions, I don't really see anybody asking anything. So, but yeah, I greatly appreciate you coming on, hanging out with us, man. I've had fun. We just kind of sit and shot the you know what for a little while. It's kind of like I said, exactly what I was wanting to do. Just kind of hang out with you and talk and all that good stuff. Bye bye. Are you leaving? Yeah. Okay.
You talk a lot. Okay.
All right. Well, how are you doing? Do you want to be on the show too? You can.
She's like over it. She's trying to yell for her dad because she shut the door. She's stuck in here with me.
I got you.
And
I
her
got
dad's not listening.
you.
He just left you.
She does got something to say. That's what Tattoo says. It's like she got something to say. It's like
She
absolutely. Listen to her.
always has something to say.
Watch her pull her pants. She got authority. She's like, yeah, that's right. Let me adjust my britches. Well,
I
all right,
know.
Miss Rochelle, we will cut you loose, my friend. I greatly appreciate you coming on. You're more than welcome to come back on the season 2 wrap up show as always. Or just any
I
other time you want
sure
to come back and
will.
hang out. Do what?
You just let me know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I
But
have
yeah,
more
any other
updates for
time.
you.
Say, I'm sorry. We keep talking to each other.
I said, hopefully, I have more updates for you or better
Yeah, yeah, no, but it's no
for
big
you.
deal. I mean, like I said, that's like I said, this is kind of what I wanted to do is just hang out with you and talk and just do what we're doing. So a little bit different change of pace for my normal show of kind of serious and straightforward and you
Yeah,
know. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Miss Rachelle Cooper.
right.
How are you doing?
You know everything.
Yeah, yeah, we don't have to do that this time. So it's just kind of a catch up and see how you doing and all that good stuff. So, but with that. Hey, Hatfield, how you doing, brother? You're coming in as we're leaving. So, um, so with that, I greatly appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight, and just being a part of the show and all that good stuff. Um, and like I said, you're more than welcome to come back anytime you like, and we'll hang out and talk whatever you want to do. So, all that good stuff. And obviously,
Right.
we're kid friendly, so it's all good.
Yeah, she's a ball of energy.
You
So
can tell. You can tell. I've got one that's
yeah.
7, and I got another one that's actually on the way. So we're,
Oh wow. Yeah,
yeah,
she's almost 3. So
yeah, we're getting ready to go all the way, all back through it again.
I'm
So
ready, but I'm not ready to go back through it again.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a little different going all the
Yeah,
way through, back through it
but
again with one
at
leg.
least you also have a 7-year-old, so that'll
Yeah,
help
oh,
a
she's
little
down to
bit.
help too. She's definitely down to
Yeah,
help. Yeah, that's all she's been talking about. So yeah, we're definitely yeah. I think we're gonna have a lot of help there. So
but don't let the one leg thing bother you. It's not as hard as it looks.
nah,
You
nah.
got it.
I'll get a papoose.
Yeah, there
In my
you go.
walker. Give me a
Yeah,
baby one of those things, the
like a
baby
carrier.
backpack.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how I would
Exactly.
have done it if she wasn't in the hospital her whole life. That's I have them in my closet hanging up that I never use. So that's how it's gonna be with my next one for sure.
Hey, adapt, overcome, improvise.
Oh, definitely, you have to.
All right, everybody. Well, I greatly appreciate y'all coming out and just everybody hanging out tonight with us and just being a part of the show and, asking questions and just, making Miss Rochelle feel welcome, all that good stuff. You guys are all rock stars in my eyes. I can't thank you enough. So, with that, everybody, please stay happy, safe, sane, motivated. Don't look back. Don't give a what anybody else says about you because it just flat out doesn't matter. And, that's it. You guys have fun, drive safe, and I'll see you next time.